Alrighty, we're back here with Power Wash Simulator 2. Now, if you notice, there is slightly something that's just a little bit off. As you can see, we are already at 42% of the job done. And the reason being is I can't restart the level. If I choose to put this up, which I might, because I want to show and talk first reactions and not me going over a level again. But what happened is that, and I'll explain this very quickly. This is a billboard level. I only did the top of the billboard, and it looks nice. It does, but the problem that I had was, and if you notice in the past couple videos, the video's been lagging every so often. It's not too bad, but the streaming software that I was using wasn't exactly working. And it would lag it out regardless of what I was doing. So it got to a point where the program was being very frustrating to use on a daily basis with streaming and recording and all that, that I'm like, okay, I'll try and look for something different because I used to use OBS. And for those that not into video production, streaming, and all of that, that was pretty much the gold standard for pretty much everyone. It's a free software that works really well. The problem is that when I stream every weekend or weekday, I stream both on my main channel on YouTube and Twitch. Then the plugin I used for the OBS wasn't working, and instead it was making the streams unwatchable. So I found a different solution. The solution was XSplit. And I used it for a month trial. It worked great. I bought a lifetime license for it. It was really cheap and on sale. I'm like, sure. I'm saying like for the cost of like 4 or 5 months of premium, I could have gotten it for a lifetime because there's a really good sale. I'm like, you know what? It'll work. So I did that. So I'm not upset that I'm no longer using it because I did get my money's worth for it at the time. So the problem is it did not like certain games. And if the game pretty much came out in like the last 2 years, it would sometimes stutter. And I'm like, okay, well, it's a lot better than what it was. So I ended up saying, okay, let's record the next part. Let's see how it does. And it was looking fine for the most part, except it kept catching my eye. Like, is it lagging? Then I would look and it wasn't. Then I would go back, check back the recording. It looked fine for a little bit. And then the last 10 minutes of the recording was almost single digit FPS. It was literally more like a slideshow. And I'm like, this is just unwatchable. So that sparked me into leaving XSplit, uninstalling OBS completely down to nothing, to where I have to reset up the whole streaming software, everything again with OBS, all the plugins, everything I had saved. I did that and it's working. And I'm glad because it allows me to record with, I'm hoping, no stutters. I have played around with it, but because I already did 40% of it, I can't go back and redo it. It's not possible. My only way of doing it is to do the whole level off camera, then redo it in free play mode. But the problem is with replay mode is it's not my genuine first reaction, and I lose a lot of it to it, and it's just not the same. So in all reality, I'm probably just going to say this is an oops. It's one level out of 35, and I hope you guys don't mind. So basically, I'm going to show you what we basically use to clean this. And this is the swing. So we're going to get into it. And the swing allows us to go all around up and down and do all of that. And we learn about Jeff Jefferson's the 13th and his running for mayor. So that is that. We did both that side and this side. However, I did not do this part. Apparently, I missed a part, and when trying to reset it, it just got rid of it. So we're here. I have not played in the week. Nope. All right. Soap. Which one's soap? Nope, that is that. How do I turn on soap again? Oh, that's why. I don't have the soap module for that gun. That's why it wasn't working. So if you notice there is a quality upgrade between this and the other episodes, please let me know. Because I do my best. So what we're going to do is I think we're just going to leave this one on soap duty. And then go between these. All right. Boom. All right. And we're just going to walk on back. Oh. Apparently I do have to hit this up. All right, there we go. So that's where we're at. So we're going to do this, and then hopefully we will do better in the future, in which... Close the hatch. I have to clean the other side of the hatch. All right, so let's put on the soap, and let's get to this. Now, I know I'm most likely gonna have to clean this from the outside. And I know I've been trying not to do the quick movements of it, but I need to see if the streaming software is having any problems. There we go. So I'm just splitting this down the middle. I'm gonna go until we run out. And then we're gonna see how it goes. But it's no longer Halloween, so I'm not playing... I can't say I'm not playing horror games, because I'm playing Alan Wake 2 again. I haven't played since September, and the first stream back to that game was yesterday. So, like, I'm excited to go back and play it, because it is a blast. But at the same time, that game has made me do algebra. Something I haven't done since high school. And I don't know how to take that as a win for them or a loss for me. That I had to Google an algebraic formula because I couldn't remember how to do it. But hey, once I knew the formula, I did it perfectly. Thank you very much. But I remember the question, and it was to open up a lockbox, and they're like, even the character, the fake character was like, dude, don't make me do math. So this leaves me with the question of how do you feel when a game gives you a puzzle and the puzzle is a math question? Is that like a heavy no? Is that a yes, please? Like, I enjoyed doing the math puzzle, but at the same time, I felt like I needed some kind of warning for it. Like, I went into it's like, oh, okay. And then I spent the next 15 minutes, it felt like, trying to remember a high school algebra basic level of it. So the question was as followed. To show you the thing is it was a 3-digit number and you had to figure out. Sorry, I'm really enjoying the shine on that. You had to pretty much figure out the total. I don't remember the schematics of it, semantics of it, but the too long didn't read version is that we needed to figure out how much a number was. We were told that the sum of the three numbers were 1,600. We were told that number A was 2 times more than number B, the number C. And that number B was 128 more than C. So you had to figure out what was B by pretty much figuring out that it was 2C plus, in parentheses, C plus 128, in parentheses, plus C, which you can break down to the formula of 4C plus 128 equals 1,600. Then that point, it's just basic, subtract 168 from both sides, and you get 4C equals whatever that number is, and then you just had to divide it by 4. I don't remember the answer. I don't. But I had to do that for a question. And it was just like, I was not prepped for it, sir. Thank you. Like, I believe my exact words was, sir, this is a Wendy's, not math problems. And so when you open the case of it and you get into it, the character who opened it is like, dude, I needed to figure out how to open this up. You made me late for dinner. Like, can you pick a more easier way of letting me know the code rather than this? Oh, we got we got down there. Nice. You know what? Yeah, I don't think we need to use soap for this. No. All right, hold on. Yo, get me off this. Pick up. It's in my way. We'll put it on this side because we're done on that side. So, but yeah, Alan Wake 2, if you're into like really complicated, I don't know how else to say it other than complicated stories. But if you like a really nice mystery game mixed in with a lot of horror, I would recommend it. Like there's like 4 or 5 games total that would fit into those. Can you put me down? Thank you. All right, so we're gonna blast it from this side because that we're gonna have to get with soap. So this is where we're at because I felt like it was worth it to put something up for this rather than just, hey, you're not going to see the Billboard level because it got corrupted. And who knows, maybe I still will not put it up because of it. But I'm going to have something to show and maybe I'll put up a poll. into it. Honestly, this is going pretty ham. I kind of wish I kept my reticle for this. Yeah, this isn't going to go off because I still have the whole entire other floor to do, the outside of it. Look, I realize if I'm going to have to sit here and go that slow, I might as well get the nice clean lines rather than the circular ones. I don't know, this yellow one is doing pretty dang well if you ask me. And I'm watching the recording like a hawk, and it seems to be doing a lot better. And the friend that I talked about in earlier parts, when I told him that I've been taking me a little bit to play through it, he is on like level 27 or something like that of the Power Wash Sim. He's like, yeah, this level took me like 2 hours, and I'm like halfway done. It's like, oh, okay. That's gonna be fun to record. All right. All right, so let's... Do I have to open it from down below? Yes. Lovely. All right, let's get back up here. Thank you for cutting it off. I appreciate it. Should we get that? We're gonna make this look all nice and new. And we'll be good to go to do the outside. All right, so is that's clean? Or you know what? I can't open it from here. Okay. I'm gonna clean at least this side of the lights, so this way it'll be a little bit easier when I go through the outside way. Yeah. Kind of figured that was gonna happen. Whoosh. You know, it would just be easier to go through the normal way. Thank you for messing up the sound there, I guess. Yeah, I know. I should not be standing on top of this, but I am. This way I can get this all nice, where I just have to blast it from the bottom and just make my life just a little bit easier. All right, let's take off this. And I'm trying to clean the stairs a little, so I don't have to worry about it. All right, so let's close the hatch since we're done up here. Nope. Nope, I'm gonna fall is what I'm going to do. We're gonna close the hatch. All right. Did I ever say I love extra long reach? The light's not done. So it makes me wonder if I have to get it from like the tippy top. No, but we're getting the railing done really nice, so I am not complaining. There we go. I'm getting this done now so I don't have to climb back up there. Let's be real, I'm gonna have to climb back up there because the lights aren't clearing. All right, so I need to be a little bit closer. No, but there is one good part about this streaming software versus the other one. And it's the fact that I can pause the recording and not have to go back and fix it. It's telling me, oh, there we go. All right, so that's done. I have the upper part of the lights to do, and wherever the fork this bottom is. All right, with the long reach, can I just do really nice? All right, so yeah, that's definitely doable. Can I do it with the green? No, the green is good for getting the middle part done, but that is about it. So I think I stand in the middle and I do it like this. Because I don't know if I want to sit here and put soap on this. Oh, I should do the sides of this, huh? Oh, that's what's getting clean. The post. I'm like, wait, what's dinging? I don't understand. But, and also in other news, Fortnite is doing a level with Simpsons. And honestly, to say, it's my least favorite time to play the game. Because, I'm not the most fan of The Simpsons. It's just never something I got into. Like, I feel like you either get into that stuff or you don't. It's like I never got into like Family Guy and all that. I did try watching Family Guy and I got to like halfway through season 4 and then I just didn't. Wow, that's really forgiving. I like it when it's forgiving. Is that Mayor serious? He can't take Ulysses back. He doesn't even know about her kittens. I need to look up the lore of Jeff Jefferson's again. I can't remember if he was the old mayor or he's the new mayor. Just as a question. Yeah, I don't have enough for this. If I go here and I go to washer equipment, we are using the Vista. So we've got the extra long range, so we can buy the soap now. So we don't need that. Yeah, I have to jump to do it, and I'm not doing that. I would much rather just take a little bit extra time than having to jump spray. Maybe that's me. Remind me to do the corners of this again. And I'm saying remind me like you're going to, again, recording. I understand you can't, but it's more like a mental note. And in case you're wondering, yes, I do that while streaming, and people do remind me. So I'm just that much of a forgetful person. I got distracted, my phone went off telling me about a Steam sale. Because that's exactly what I need. More Steam games to make content with that I don't do. Like, outside of Power Wash, you know how many games I have that I want to put on the second channel and I just haven't? Because finding time to record always just feels like a struggle when in reality, I just have to put the commitment in. But I really like Power Wash Sim, and it's kind of stupid to say, but like Power Wash Simulator was the first video I put out on my channel that did well, that made me feel like I could do the YouTube thing. And while this is going on a second channel and not the main channel because algorithms, yeah, if I don't upload something that's not Dead by Daylight related to the main channel anymore, it doesn't go out, and then it hurts the main channel. So that's why we have the second channel, to play games like this where I'm not really concerned if they do like hundreds of views, if they hit milestones like, oh, if I put a short up on TikTok on Dead by Daylight, I want it to get X amount of views, or I strive for like all of that and watch the numbers carefully. I do this because, well, I like playing these games and I want to share them and enjoy them, and the channel will grow and and we get to enjoy this journey of what games works and what games don't. But until then, you get to see me enjoy games that I enjoy. Right now, while we're here, I'm getting very, I don't know, tired of doing. I did that looking up. Holy hell, I'm getting a little over it. Not gonna lie. The problem is with this, it's gonna be just better to do this way. So this way I don't have to worry about the ridges. No, but this is a very nice color. Alright, so we're back to looking up, I guess. Because I kind of realized that, yeah, I'm gonna need to clean the ladder. I'm kind of hoping that I can just, like, hit the ladder on 2 angles and call it a day. Maybe that's me being wishful. Apparently not. So, in terms of TV shows, I finished Midnight Mass from the last episode, and I was supposed to start, The Fall of House Usher. However, I decided to start Boston Legal instead. You know, I was watching a lot of horror shows and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? Let's watch something a little bit more chill. And I love me a good lawyer show. And even though I'm not the big, like, James Spader, William Shatner, I keep seeing clips of it on TikTok. And whoever says that TikTok and clips of the shows don't bring in business, I'm sorry, but I have watched like 7 movies now that came from clips of TikTok. And now I'm at a point of watching a show because of it. And it's not the first show. But another show that I've recently been watching that I seem to can't put down is Rainmaker from USA. It has Regina from Once Upon a Time in it, and I'm a big fan of hers and mostly everything she does. So I watched it mostly going in for her. Support column. Oh, it's a singular light. Yeah, this I need to get on this for. Thank you. I love how you let me just go like that. This should just be a quick little once over. Yeah. So, sorry you didn't get to see this, but it's just the way it is. You get to see it like this, so I'm glad I did that part. That part looked nice. And because the next one's not going to be just as much, we're going to do the next level as well. But Dirtfinder, I'm sure we're both happy to forget everything that has happened and just forward a new bond together, side by side. Well, not side by side. I'll be in front and above. All right, so we're gonna click continue. We got the dog car, and we're gonna do this real quick because it's a smaller job. So I'll put it together. It'll be like an hour-long video, and it'll be better. Derek Degas, welcome to the big time. Don't know if you remember that classic film from back in the day, driving me nuts, about the car with the haunted steering wheel. Sure you do. Well, I was in it. Only a kid then, of course, but recently I got to thinking that it's due a reboot and bought not just Esther's original vintage car, but also the rights to Driving Me franchise. We're starting with Driving Me Barking, a car that gets imbued with the consciousness of an unruly puppy. We've just finished filming the pivotal scene where it digs up a bone, and now we need to clean it for tomorrow's set piece at the dog grooming salon. So it's nice to know that this guy is the guy who bought the antique car from Esther from the first game. So, and this is the movie poster, part of one of the demo levels. So this is going to go pretty well. We're going to actually just soap it up and take it side by side. So what color do you think is going to be under this? You know, am I going to have enough soap to just do the whole car? Oh god, it would really suck if I hit the R button right now. Wait, I got an achievement for this? I guess there's an achievement for doing and coating the car in soap. Which I did not know. All right, let's get under here. All right. No, I do not need the extra long. All right, let's start this. Don't mind him. He can't bark or bite. I suppose you could run him over, though. He could run you over, so be gentle with him. Don't forget to wash behind the ears. He loves that. Just like that. That side's done. Hey, I'll tell you this right now. This film is going to break all the records. But don't worry, I won't spoil it for you. So, Katagan, that's the dog's car name, gets into a series of scraps. It all starts with an epic car chase involving a monster truck that looks like a cat. We got through, I think they said the government. That's a monster truck car from last game. Then he digs up a bone, but it's not just any bone. It's the bone of an evil time traveler that got stuck in the distant past and became really angry about it. The time traveler's bone wants to get to Esther's car so it can be reunited with the consciousness, but Katargan just won't let that happen. The whole film ends with the three cars chasing each other off the cliff at Power Falls. Possibly the greatest climax in cinematic history. The cars are going to be write-offs though, so we better get that one right the first time or else. What do I still need to clean on the roof? Oh, here we go. Tablet of Truth says bumper 2. Exhaust in the nose. All right. Bumper 2 in the exhaust. It barks. Oh my god. I'm hoping this is peak cleaning. We're looking for someone to clean up our tea room over at Power Falls. Okay. Let's get this done. And that was a quick little, like, 6-minute level. That looks amazing, by the way. Now that's what I call silver screen service. We're on our way to the dog grooming salon, so it's gonna be utter carnage. Think about it. Maybe we should have filmed the other way around. Oh well, live and learn. See you around. Possibly sooner than you think. P.S. Cartagan says wolf. All right, let's go back to the home base. And this is where I say thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. It seems like the next level will be the teapot room, so that will be fun. And I get to see if this recording's usable. Have a good one.